Once again, your bullfrog is at it. Let's see. What's happening at the biker bar today? Oh, the biker bar is closed. Just one bike. And I think I know why. Because it's a very humid 96-degree day. You have 96 degrees out there. So if you're watching in the wintertime, here's your warm-up. But despite the heat, I'll try to get you an EC update. And here we be. Road's still closed at the next intersection. I still don't see any bubbles coming from over there. Nothing much changed since my last visit a week ago. There's Barry's place still boarded up. But the door's open, so he's probably in there. They've still got security too. And now for the real challenge, find a parking space. Oh wow, just passed a couple handicap spaces back there. I'm a fool, I didn't look. Hold on. Yep, we're out. And Ollie makes friends with the security people. But not much changed since my visit here a week ago. Nope, not too much progress since my last visit. But they are getting there.
I think they got off Egypt.
But here's Barry's hangout. Nope, no bubbles quite yet. All right, the bubble man cometh. Hopefully soon Barry will be up and running again. I'm making those bubbles. A lot of hard work to do in the restoration process. I can never do what they're doing. I'd be yelling too if I were him.
1, 2, 3. What are you up to?
There's a man again. All right.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, how you doing? How you making out?
We're into the mud piles now, right now.
I'm recording you, and we love you. Gus was here last time.
Yeah, I know. He stopped by. Guys, I'm gonna go back and get the mud out. Nice seeing you
All
guys.
right, take it easy. Thanks.
That's good.
There you go. The perfect gentleman and a bubble blower.
Here, we got every.
And of course, we all wish Barry and friends the best of luck. There he is.
We'll see. I hope I'm going to always fan.
How long have you had it on there?
Well, April was my foot operation. May I felt down. And the May.
At least there was some progress being made. I guess after a worse flood than a couple of years ago, it'll take a bit longer to bounce back. But they are bouncing back. Maybe at a snail's pace, but at least they're bouncing back. Got a ways to go though.
No thanks, I got one.
And as I keep saying, what could be the world's oldest train station, but not verified quite yet. And down there is Tiber Creek, the cause of it all. Heading out. We're going to go in again through the old Route 29, as I did back in my last update. Gotta go around the block. But here, around the block, is a 5-mile drive. Now, of course, these houses are high enough up where the flood didn't affect them. My shortcut's closed, but I'll take the long cut I found the last time I was here. And right there, Good Memory Lane. Good Memory Lane. If I can't live there, it doesn't apply to me. Re-entering EC on the original Route 29 one more time. Nice architecture there. Architecture, whatever that word is, it's nice. And the places that reopened. In between here and Barry's to the east, to the right, Main Street's closed. And of course, Main Street is the original National Pike, original US 40. The current 40 now runs 2 miles to the north, to the right. I brought you over this road before, all the way to Ohio. And again, the wine bin, where they want to park. And the former Clampett house, as I keep saying, before they moved to Beverly Hills. That road's still closed though. The shortcut out of here. So I'm gonna keep on the Pike for a bit. On the bridge is the current US 29. South to the left, north to the right. But north at dead ends at about 5 miles. And south, of course, Pensacola, Florida. But there are faster ways to get there than that road these days. And now in the modern day, 4-lane US 40. Which blends into Interstate 70 and follows it as far as Frederick, when both roads separate again. But gonna exit here in hopes of reaching a C&O Canal spot. But first, passing through Monrovia, a one-time stop on the former B&O line, now CSX, and now passing beneath it. They built that line back in 1905. The old line ran along there, along that grade. Barely visible now. Part of it there. And crossed here and went that way. Plus, I wanted to get off the beaten path for a bit. Too rich for my blood. Back to the road. Now coming into a place called Hyattstown. Another quaint hamlet. Another quaint Shakespearean play. Well, that's a hamlet. And at the light, turning right to keep on our route. Heading for the river. Here we pass beneath Interstate 270. South to the left goes towards Washington. North to the right goes towards Frederick. There you go. Follow along on Google Maps. And follow where I'm going. The temps out there still in the 90s, but we're keeping cool in here. As long as the air works, fine by me. In fact, I'll be shivering soon. Until I step out, that is. Then back to sweating. To the east, Sugarloaf Mountain. So named because of its shape. That's what old-timers called it. Because it resembled the sugar loaf that their wives baked. That's the truth. Now we're coming into a place called Barnesville. Where there is a commuter station located. We've stopped there before, but I'll stop there some more. Stop there again, whatever. I gotta get out and stretch. Another former B&O, now CSX line passes here. Their Metropolitan subdivision, and there it is. Okay, quick stop at the commuter station here. It's good I decided to stop. I was being tailgated. Well, somebody's here. But here's MySpace. MySpace, is that a website? And there is Barnesville Station. Sounds like a 70s rock band. The band that's spoken in the boys' room. Something like that. But that's not the original station. That is a gas metering station that was moved here from somewhere else to replace the original station. But the cool thing is, it looks like it's been a station all along. And for the first time, I'm going to go inside. Alright, let me in. Alright, Barnesville Station. The door just slammed behind me, I'm trapped. This is a B&O station, but they're advertising the mighty pen. I guess these days they can't afford to be in competition, although B&O and Penn technically no longer exist as such. Other than that, not too much to show here. So I guess I'll head back out. Plus it's getting hot in here. And back outside, and facing east down the Met, as it's called, the Met branch. The station sits at the very top of Pars Ridge. It's downhill either direction here, going east or west. Downhill in both directions. This is the top of the line between Baltimore and Frederick. Martinsburg or Washington. What's your pleasure? And that music is still in the background, just as in Edgewood, Maryland. Don't know what they're playing though. Got any Pink Floyd? Now Dolly exits the station. Look, a payphone. When's the last time you saw one of those? And on the road again. That's a song title from the 60s. Who can tell me who did that song? On the road again. Give you a clue. They played that song at Woodstock. Adding to our scenery, a couple of cell phone towers. And now in a place called Poolsville. And getting developed rather quickly. Still trying to find a C&O Canal spot, but came across a bend this way before to get to the canal. A rather humpy road. And I guess the recent rain did the cornfield some justice. Got a road that I'm familiar with, but it's not a shortcut to where I want to go, so I gotta pull a U-turn. But still, I kinda wouldn't mind doing that. He's almost doing my speed. I better get by him though, while I can. Go for it. At least now I know where this road comes out, in case I ever have to use it in the future sometime. Gonna try heading west here, because the name of this road sounds familiar. Offutt Road. "10 years ago, this road was dirt. He finally got around to paving it. Then again, this is an election year. And another road I thought I knew, but I don't. Learned a couple new roads today. Still learning this one. And up here, the road changes, becomes improved a bit. Wonder if that means anything. Geez, I'm back where I began. I'm back where I made my U-turn. Look at that. Back where I made my U-turn. I went in a full circle. Yep, your bullfrog going in circles. Up here's where we saw our biker earlier. Oh well. Yep, even your frog messes up on occasion. Adopt a rustic road. There you go. Rustic enough for you? And now back in Poolsville, with Sugarloaf in the distance. Rather faint. Earlier I came out of the right, and I'm going to hang a left. I'm going to hang a westbound. Check out the yoga place. Now this here road is named after a C&O Canal spot, White's Ferry. This is White's Ferry Road. But I was hoping to get to Edwards Ferry, which is, I guess, to the east of White's Ferry. Let's see. Another rustic road sign. But still tricky shooting video facing the sun. But I'm trying. But at least I'm back on a road that I know. Yep, arriving White's Ferry. Let's have a quick look here before trying to find Edwards Ferry. Not going to cross the ferry this time though. Alright, find a place to park this thing. Preferably by the canal. Just came in from that way. But up here is the original crossing of the C&O Canal over a Civil War era bridge. Then the canal itself, and the road built over top of it to get us here. But here's the original crossing, the Civil War era bridge. In fact, back during the war, Robert E. Lee crossed this bridge at one time. And over there one sees the foundation of a granary, once served by the canal. And the Civil War era bridge from down below. But my understanding is that the approaches to the bridge were too steep for many horses and buggies to ascend. Especially if the horses were hauling loaded wagons over it. But they somehow made it. And yep, she's still doing fine. Looking east down the C&O Canal's towpath. Back in 1997, I rode the entire canal, 184.5 miles. Double that for the round trip. Wish I could do it again. And west down the towpath, across from the granary ruins. I think it might have burned down, but I can't remember. If it did burn down, it was a long time ago. And down there, the ferry itself, although nobody waiting to get onto it, oddly enough. Here comes someone. White's Ferry, also known as Slow Boat to Virginia, which is across the river there. Remember, the river is in Maryland. The shoreline on the opposite side is the state line. And apparently now folks are beginning to line up for the ferry crossing. We've crossed it before. I've taken you over it as well. Vids posted. Okay, all aboard. That's what you say for a train. What do you say for a ferry? You hurry up, you keep people waiting. It costs $5 one way to cross that thing. Or we could cross on it by foot for 50 cents. Or a buck for a bike. Or a bike for a buck, I don't know. Normally that thing's fully packed. Not that busy today. And away it goes. See you in Virginia. Next time, maybe. Funny, when you're on that, you can barely tell it's moving. And the concession stand. But check out those flood lines on it. '72 would have been Hurricane Agnes. Now departing, historic White's Ferry. And departing on a gravel road. Unimproved. Check out that dust. As long as I can see the road, I don't care. I'll try once again to show you Edwards Ferry, if I can find a way to get to it. The new stuff mixed with the old. But funny, the name of this road is River Road also. Another road that I wound up on a bit of ways back. And yes, you just saw a rabbit cross the road. I guess one might call that rabbit transit. A rabbit in transit. That fits. One thing for sure. What I got, new tires. It's still got a dirt road. Lucky I brought my Honda Civic out today, but not my Lamborghini or my Maserati. Left them at home. But despite things, a rather nice drive through here. Especially through the woods. Through here, the real peril is watching for deer running across the road. Getting that time of day, we gotta watch for deer. Got a Civil War trail here. Hope it goes to the canal in this direction. I know how to find out. Yep. Arriving, Edwards Ferry. And apparently, the original Jarboe's store is being refurbished right there. Last I passed, it was all grown over and you couldn't see it. I'll get you a better look. Let me park this thing. Crossing over the canal, over a lock. And again, Jarboe's store, operated by the Jarboe sons, the Jarboe boys as they were called. It used to sell hardware and feed for the horses and mules that pulled the canal boats. I believe it closed down around 1909 or thereabouts. And right here is Lock 25 of the C&O Canal. And directly behind, Lock House 25. Obviously. Would have to be, right? On occasion, one hears frogs croaking in the water down there. And airplanes overhead too, because they're not far from Dulles Airport on the Virginia side. We're under a flight path. Just heard a green frog croak. When I did my documentary back in 1997, there's so many frogs croaking I couldn't narrate. I told them, shut up, I gotta narrate my video. But they wouldn't shut up. And again, the Lock House, with the sun directly behind. And across the way, Jarboe's store again. And again, looking west, down the tow path. In the foreground, there is a waste weir. That structure right there. Waste weirs relieve the canal of excess water. But this Lock House and that store down there have seen better days for sure. And one more time, Jarboe's store. Originally it was 2 stories, but I guess the second story collapsed. Or something. And the store interior, if you want to call it that at this point, without the floors, I guess it'd be too much trouble to reopen it, wouldn't it? Any Jarboes still alive? Any descendants of the family? And looking in the back door. And if you watch my canal documentary that I did in '97, you'll learn all about this place. I should have it up by the year 3000 or before that. One nice look at Jarboe's store. Operated by Gene Jarboe's boys, about 100 years ago. More than that, actually. I'm about to cross Life 25 again, as we depart. Came out of that road originally, but going out this way to make it easier. I believe this is Edwards Ferry Road. Good to be back on pavement again. Got a paved road. And once again, back in Poolsville. How about that? Got a hanger right then a left. A C&O Canal route. Been there. Downtown Poolsville. With a John Deere and whatever that is behind it. Hurry up. After 8 p.m. as we depart Poolsville. So I guess back to Interstate 70. Still more developing going on. Every square inch of space must be developed these days. I guess that's the new rule. Where's Greenpeace when you need them? It's cooled down a bit out there, but still warm. And it's still humid. And again, coming to CSX, we stopped earlier, by Barnesville Station, up there somewhere. It's there, trust me. And again, back in downtown Barnesville. Make a couple of turns here too. Oh, Mrs. Brown's attic. What's in it? Unusual. I'll take it. You guessed it. One more turn. Sugarloaf in the sun. And back in Hyattstown again. 355 used to be US 240 until the early 60s. One more US highway that got demoted. But this here road will get us back to I-70. So I guess I'll take it. And back in Monrovia. Sounds like a disease, doesn't it? Like in the former B&O line passed from right to left, that away. We're about to pass beneath the current line. The current Old Main, as it's called. Now CSX. Caught a train there once, passing over it, as I was passing under it, about 15 years ago. Vid, not posted yet. Where did I post it? I forgot. Now to pick up 70. Back to that place. Yeah, I'm so excited. At least now, it's a straight run back. For the most part. But all in all, not a bad day. It is cooling down out there. I had to lower down the air in the car. That's a good sign. In a spot where 70 and 40 separate. Saw that place earlier. This part of I-70 opened up in 1965. And the sun has finally set on another interesting day with your bullfrog. Heading this way, but not to New York. That's another odyssey. Maybe one day I'll take you there. Haven't been there in 20 years. But I got some vid posted of when I was last there at the Empire State Building. For those who care to watch. Well, the local roads are busy tonight. Everybody coming back from a great day out there. And it was a hot one. Right there in front of me, a weird biker taking chances. probably coming back from the biker bar I showed you earlier. He was stopped there too long, apparently. No offense to any bikers watching this video, but it's really got to be careful if you've got a bike on a road like this. And now the exit for the hood. With distant fireworks. They're not closer fireworks. It's that time of year, folks. Yep, your frog is back in town. Time to celebrate. That's also a song title too, isn't it? Oh, the boys are back in town. Never mind. And now back in town, as you can probably tell. And back in the hood. You see, unlike others, I don't just take you out, I also bring you back. Others leave you stranded in the middle of nowhere, but I don't strand anybody. I'll bring you right back too. Yeah, but Bullfrog always brings you back. It's still a nice night out here. Still rather warm, and also rather humid. But anyway, once again, thank you for the privilege of your time and riding along with me and Dolly. Hope to see you riding along with us again. Stay tuned.
There you are!
How you doing, guys?
Hi, my boyfriend. Oh, I miss you. I got you. I'm recording you, and we love you. Gus was here last time.
Yeah, I know. He
Look,
stopped by.
look at his little shorty shorts. They're all right.
Oh my God, mine
Look at
match
that. No, you're pretty no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
covered the villages in there, but underneath the village is about this much mud.
Wow.
The whole wall is full of mud.
I go crazy. I jump off the bridge or something. I don't know. That's all.
Oh,
Anyway, you're a good.
There you go,
Yeah, you always have a good
Getting ready to
mood.
put out a nice shirt.
Oh, you really?
Yeah,
Okay.
getting ready to pull out.
What do you think before you open again? What do you
You can't say, you know.
say it's-
You can't hurt. You got to do what you're doing. You
That's right,
you
that's
work
right
as
there.
hard as you can, you know. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to go back and
Take
get the mud
care.
out. Nice
We love
Take
you.
it easy. Thanks.